It's MistaJam on Capital Dance, and I am with this week's Jam Hot artist, Patrick Topping, mate. We did ask you, what are the things that make you happy? And you mentioned exercise. You're on a real health kick at the moment.
Yeah, mate. Yeah. Exercise. That's my main thing. I love doing that, looking after myself, and that's something that makes us happy. I try to do as much as I can, but it's kind of like at odds with DJing a bit. We're two around the world. They don't really go hand in hand, so I'm still finding that balance.
So you're the guy that will go straight through and then go to the gym and then maybe get some sleep?
Maybe, yeah. I've been known to.
I mean, I do have to ask you because I'm going to be asked in the office as well. If somebody wanted to kind of get the Patrick Topping workout, what would you say are your kind of top 3 tips?
Well, to be honest, if I wasn't a DJ, right, I think I'd try and be like a fitness health influencer.
Really?
Yeah, mate, I go deep on it, mate. Like, we could talk about this for ages. So I'm really into it, yeah. But like, off the top of my head, well, this morning I did a bodyweight circuit in my house. You don't need any equipment, just a hit thing. That's a go-to, that one.
Nice. So you're doing all of the nutrition at the same time? And
my wife's here. She thinks I'm getting obsessed, to be honest.
Is he getting obsessed? Yes. It's good though. It's good to have a hobby outside of music.
It's class, man. Like, I don't even watch TV anymore. I'm just watching scientific podcasts.
You're that guy.
It's getting ridiculous, mate. But like, you know what? I've been DJing, right, and I've been living that life for years, and I've been. I'm out the other end now.
Yeah.
It's the yin and the yang. I'm trying to rebalance, like, a lot of debauched touring, do you know what I mean?
Just as long as you don't burn the candle at both ends. We need you around, Patrick.
No.
We need you. One of the things that is amazing about you is just how inspirational and respected you are by artists from across dance music. You know, you've got the real hard house guys that love you. You've even got people like Calvin Harris saying that the BPM of his music has crept up because he came to watch you.
That was a mad one. That was mad. That blew my mind. I didn't expect that.
Why not?
It was just... when he said that, like, I just didn't expect him to say that, and he said it. I mean, it blew us away.
Do you reckon that at some point in the near future, a Patrick Topping, Calvin Harris collab needs to happen?
I would love that. Yeah, definitely. That would be amazing.
I think it would.
That's something high. That's on the bucket list. We'll see.
The scene needs it, Calvin, if you're listening. We need it. But the other thing that you do with your career that I love is what you've built with Trick and the way that you will mentor artists that you signed, like Ben Hemsley, Shaq, Ewan McVicker. They're all having a real moment right now. Do you feel a bit like a proud uncle or a proud dad?
Yes, mate. I love it. I love that side of it. And it's like, but that's what Jamie Jones did for me with Hot Creations. He gave me such an amazing platform because, like, at the time he had been voted like #1 DJ in the world and stuff like that. So then he was putting out my music, and that just gave me such a leg up, such a good platform. And then now I'm able to do that for other artists, and that's one of the main reasons why I started Trick, and I get so much enjoyment from that. And it's an amazing feeling.
You're paying it forward, man. I love that. Absolutely love
cheers,
that.
Mate. Cheers.
I've got to play you something though, because we did speak to Ewan a while ago. I think that this just really shows the impact that you have had.
Was this when you kept saying mate about a million times?
When we had the mate off. Let's see how many times he says mate in this clip. Listen to this. How does it feel kind of coming up under the wing of a real dance music legend like Patrick?
Insane. Do you know, insane. And I've got I played at Trick Cardiff for him. It was the first one I've played, and I said to him, like, even before it, I was like, I'm never, ever, ever going to let you forget what you've done for me, mate, because he believes in me so much.
Only one mate. Is that the key to it? Because Jamie believed in you, you believe in the people that you work with.
Yeah, it's just, with signing stuff to Trick, there's no kind of like specific sound, there's no formula, there's not something like, there's not some magic thing. It's just if I'm feeling the music or not. Do you know what I mean? And like, I was feeling you and stuff, I still am feeling you and stuff, and that's just it. If it strikes a chord with me and I believe in it, I'm going to get behind it and like go all in. But I just need to like believe in it, and if I do, then I'm going to champion it the best I can. I
love that. What aspiring DJ advice would you give to someone that's listening to this right now?
If you're into it, you're going to put your all into it and your passion. Do you know what I mean? You've got to people always ask us, what you're looking for and all that, and they're trying to recreate some of the big songs we've had on Trick and all that. But I'm like, what's the next one? What's the next thing? I'm always evolving like that. And like when people try and replicate these songs, and it doesn't really do anything for us. I like it when someone brings something new to us and not trying to like sound like what's going on. So I think that the takeaway from that would be to just be true to yourself and don't care if it doesn't fit in a box or whatever. If you like it, then that's going to resonate with other people, your enthusiasm for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I love that. That's something that, that I've been telling a lot of people very recently as well. And it's you know what, it's that thing of, for you as someone who is a pioneer, you're always looking for the next, aren't you? You're always looking for the thing that's going to touch you. You're always going to looking for the thing that makes you feel like you definitely have to play it in a set, rather than just playing the stuff that you've already put out or you've already made or you already know you've got in the back catalogue somewhere. Because the thing that you do during your DJ sets that you've started a trend of doing is really digging in the crates and playing tunes that haven't been played out for a while.
Yeah, that's what I like to do. I mean, like, the music I play, some DJs are all playing the new, cooler stuff, and that's amazing, and we need people doing that. We need people getting behind the new stuff, because if you don't put out the new stuff, it's just going to stagnate, so you need that. But myself, personally, I don't get fixated on that, and I think I'm lucky. I guess, like in a radio show, you're meant to champion the new stuff. That's what you're meant to do. But I don't do a radio show, so I've just got the whole history of recorded music to dip into. You know what I mean?
What's the weirdest tune you've dropped to the set and you're like, I don't know if this is going to go off, but it ended up going off?
I don't know, but there's been a few, you know what I mean? A few where I mix it in and then 30 seconds later I'm like, oh my God, what did I do? Quickly mix out.
I love that. I do that myself. When you see the crowd go, what are you playing? You go, yeah, didn't quite work, never mind.
And now the stuff you're listening to in your headphones or in your studio at home, and then when you hear it in there, it just sounds completely different. The energy is not the same. For me, it's all about energy. I'm not bothered about the genre. I'll play like anything. It's just if it like keeps up a certain pace and like evokes emotions in people, then it's good for me.
I love that. So summer 2023 is very, very quickly approaching. What are your summer essentials this year?
I'm going to sound like a right nerd. Yeah, I'm not even going to say that. No, that's embarrassing. That.
What are you going to say?
I was just going to start getting deep on some supplements, but no, we won't do that.
Why not? I mean, look at me. I kind of need to start taking better care of myself, and if I could get advice from you, then I'm winning.
I don't know, mate. Like, this year for me, to be honest, I'm just trying to keep off the drink. That's my thing.
Yeah.
So my essential thing is just alcohol-free beers. That's what I need.
I hear you. I completely hear you. Now, I would say that you've got a few Ibiza dates in your diary, but that would be a massive understatement. How does it feel going into this season knowing that your Ibiza is the thing that you have been working towards in your career for the last 10 years plus? Yeah,
mate, this is going to be a big summer. This is summer different for me. I'm now doing high on Mondays. Every Monday in July and August, and I'm just absolutely buzzing about it because that club is something else. It's unbelievable. But you know what's mad? I've never actually played there before. No,
really?
I've never played there. I've been there as a raver loads. Last year I was living in Ibiza and we just kept ending up at high on the dance floor at Glitterbox, at the Martinez Brothers or whatever, and we just had the best time ever. And I could just tell. Then I knew, I was like, this is the dream club for me. And then I was fortunate enough to be made a resident this year, and we're doing it, and it's gonna be amazing. I'm actually making my debut there on Saturday, so I can't wait.
Wow! Now, you see, the thing about High is that the sound system in there is one of the best in the universe.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
So are you going to be taking a load of stuff to test out on those speakers?
Yeah, definitely, and like that's the thing about playing. Because I'm going to be doing like the weekends and then the Monday, and like it's interesting when you've got a residency like that in Ibiza, because you really need to dig deep. Because I did a residency last year, and playing in the same club every week, it makes us dig even deeper, because even though probably hardly any of them are going to each of them, I don't feel right playing like all the same stuff. Do you know what I mean? So like that's where I discovered loads of trick stuff last year. Loads of stuff that's coming out now was when I was doing a residency. So I reckon I'm gonna like uncover loads of stuff for Trick this summer.
You do realise that your inbox is now going to be full of demos?
Mate, I can't keep up as it is. It's insane, man. I swear to God, I'm getting right. How many is it? Like, I'm getting about 500 emails a week on demos on Trick. I swear down. It's a heavy.
Wow.
There's some gems amongst there, though. But yeah, it takes some work to keep on top of it. But I enjoy it because when you find one that connects, it's just class. And like the thing is, I like to sign stuff by people who are unknown as well.
Yeah.
So like the buzz from that, like the majority of people who've been released on Trick haven't even like released anywhere, or they might have released a few labels, but they're not that far along the career. But the amount of artists that it's been their first ever release on Trick, I don't know numbers off my head, but I reckon it's probably something like about a third or a quarter of our releases have been artists like that. So that's something really special when you find something like that.
That's nuts. That's nuts.
But the thing is, though, I'm not looking for that. I just listen to it. I don't read the email. There might be like a massive thing explaining everything, but I'll just go listen to the music, because I don't have time to read all that. So I listen to them, and then I'll play them in my set. And then if I'm keep playing it in my set, I'll be like, right, okay, I'll sign it. So I'm signing stuff blind. I don't know who these people are, which is good as well, because you don't have to have like a massive social media. You don't have to be an established artist. It doesn't matter. I'm doing a blind test if I feel the music or not.
I love that. I really do. And do you know what? I really wish... Well, no, I was going to say I really wish a lot of the people that run labels had that similar ethos. But no, that's what makes Trick special. That's what makes you special as a label boss, as a producer, as an artist. That is a special way to look at it.
Well, I think I'm quite fortunate because I've been DJing for a few years now, and I've got this following and stuff. I'm able to like do that, whereas I guess it's not always feasible for some of our labels to take such gambles constantly like that all the time. But so I'm in a bit of a unique position with my DJ, and that helps us do that, I think.
Well, speaking of your DJing, I want to take you back to the early days, because I know that Ibiza plays a really pivotal role in your career. Take me back to when you first hit the White Isle to play a DJ set.
Well, actually, I've been going to Ibiza since 2001 when I was 11. I've been going there with my mum. Obviously, I didn't go in any clubs. I got my photo taken outside of space, so it's actually doing the rounds online. It keeps resurfacing. People keep sharing it. This embarrassing photo. But so that was my
There's
first
nothing embarrassing about having a photo taken outside space.
Mate, wait till you see these sunglasses I was rocking. Right? But then, anyway, so then I went there, and then I went with my wife Hayley when we were 18, and that changed everything for us, because I'd been into dance music for a few years before then. But I went there and I just thought, this place is unbelievable. It's expensive though. How can I afford to come back? Do you know, how can I afford to come back? And in my head, I thought, I need to be a DJ. It's the only way I can afford to come back here every year. I was like, I need to be here every single year. So ever since then, I was just on this path. That's what I want to do. So Ibiza has been the catalyst. It got us on this road. And then fast forward to 2013, and I played on the island for the first time. It was for Jamie Jones at Paradise. And that was like, I had my debut release a few months before that, and I played my first ever professional gig in Stoke on the Saturday, and then my second one was in DC10 on the Tuesday night.
I love that.
But obviously I've been DJing for years before that. I've been DJing for like 4 years around Newcastle, around the Northeast and all that, but like a proper gig thrown in at the deep end at DC10, yeah.
I love that. I really do. And do you know what? As you mentioned those early days, I remember the first record that I heard of yours that made me go, oh, was Forget.
Yeah.
That tune, whenever I hear that record, it transports me back to that summer and just hearing it everywhere. How did it feel knowing that you've made a tune like that?
That was mad. Like that was, it wasn't my first release. I think it was like my fourth or fifth release or something like that. But it was about a year after I'd been releasing music, and that just took everything to the next level, because it got the DJ Mag give it the tune of the year, and the DJ Awards give it the track of the season, and it was literally everywhere, because like the DJs were playing it, but then all the taxis were, and the bars were, and the restaurants. It was surreal to me. It was unbelievable. So that changed my life. That definitely, it was amazing.
I was playing Amnesia that season, and I remember in the main room they were doing drum and bass, so it was like Chase and Status and stuff. Yeah. And Chase and Status were playing this record in their set.
Sped right up, was it?
No, they played the tune.
Wow.
They had to just play. That's how big this record was.
That is amazing. I didn't know that. That is so cool.
We've talked about how you're a rave dad. We've talked about Ibiza, so many iconic things. But one of the things that we have to talk about is Printworks shutdown. Now, what does it mean for you when an iconic venue like that, where you have had such pivotal moments over the last 12 to 18 months, what does it mean for you when a venue like that shuts down?
Well, it's a massive loss for London, and it's a massive loss for the whole country and for the culture, even internationally. I know people fly over for it and stuff. It's an iconic venue that's going to go down in history as like a really landmark venue. I think it's unbelievable, and it's such a shame that it shut down because I've seen nothing like it. I've never seen another venue like it. It really... one of those venues that put the UK at the forefront internationally, and yeah, I mean, I had some amazing times there. I think I played there 5 times, and it's amazing, absolutely class. So yeah, I'm really sad about that shutting down.
I had to message you after the last Printworks show that you played, because the post that you put out, man, you literally lived every DJ's dream that night. Talk me through that last set at Printworks.
Yeah, that was amazing. We did a trick takeover there, and we had done the trick the year before, but in the live room, the smaller room. So this was the first time doing the press halls, doing the main thing, and like to be included in that final series, because there was loads of amazing parties going on there, and I was just so glad to be a part of the send off of Printworks and be part of that. And I think I did 3 hours. Did I do 3 hours or 2.5 hours closing it? And
I think you said 3.
Yeah, I think it was 3 hours, yeah. That's what at the trick events, if I can, I try to give myself 3 hours, because like the longer the better, really, for me. So yeah, to do 3 hours there, because I was programming my own thing, I don't think that many people get to do 3 hours, so I was really lucky to do 3 hours there. It was amazing.
And musically, you got to play everything that you love.
Oh, yeah, it did. It started off at like 126 BPM, I think, and I think it escalated up to like about close to 180 at one point, I swear down.
Oh, man. Listen, we've got a game that we like to play with international DJs such as yourself whenever they pass through the Capital Dance Towers, and we call it Set Roulette. So what happens here is that I have got a magic wheel, magic in the fact that no expense has been spent in this wheel whatsoever. It either lands on cringiest, weirdest or wildest, and whatever it lands on, all you got to do is you got to tell us your best story in that category. So the cringiest thing that you've seen while DJing, the weirdest thing that you've seen while DJing, or the wildest thing that you've seen while DJing. Right. Shall we spin the wheel? Like I say, no expense has been spent. It's just the sound of it. Oh, it's landed on wildest.
Wildest?
Yeah.
Right.
What's the wildest thing you've seen?
The first thing that pops into my head, right, I was playing in Canada, in Vancouver, at this place called Go-Go-Mish After Hours. And the set started, I think, at like 6 in the morning. It was an after-hours club. Didn't sell alcohol. It only sold ice pops, right? And I was playing, and I was DJing, and this guy taps us on the shoulder, and I turn around. He's kind of like dressed like a gothic kind of cowboy, right? And he's got a snake on his arm. And he's this white snake, and he's like shoving it in my face.
Wow! I've got a feeling I won't be accepting any bookings for Canada anytime soon.
That was a mad one. Mate, I've got so many stories from DJing around the world, right? Most of them aren't appropriate for radio. I swear, now you talk about wildest stories, that's the PG one, mate, right?
And on that note, because we want to make sure that you definitely come back, we'll save those stories for next time you're here. Patrick, honestly, we are such fans of yours here at this station. You know, when we launched the station, we needed to make sure that there was plenty of your records as part of the playlist.
Oh, cheers, man.
We love what you're doing as a producer. We love what you're doing as an artist. We love what you're doing as a mentor. We love what you're doing with everything that you're doing. So please keep it up, man.
Oh, cheers, man. I really appreciate that.
Patrick Topping, thank you for passing through Capital Dance Towers.
Cheers, mate. It's been class.